and have a great time. Just have much time.
Then don't go to fucking Disneyland. Like, Disneyland is big, alright? Go to Universal Studios, that's much better. But, like, if you can't afford it, why are you going? Like, if I can't afford to go to Disneyland with my mom, but I still want to spend time with her, we can watch a movie together, we can drink coffee together, we can go on the walk, get some boba. I don't know. You don't need to go to Disneyland, and it looks like you go quite frequently. It's like $100, right? You don't need to go to Disneyland every single day. In this video right here, I've seen you eat at fancy restaurants. I've seen you go to Disneyland like every other day, and you're begging for money, and you're taking advantage of people's kind hearts.
Our program assistant.
I mean, you know what I mean. It was as if Lily was a kid who got her hand caught in the cookie jar. Others also seem to notice Lily's childlike demeanor. In bubbles. No one can tell me this isn't oversized and symmetrical. Lily, who wanted the world to view her as a woman.
Reaction. Oh my god! Like, I get wanting to live your life. Leave them out of this one. If you want to go and dress like a fucking 4-year-old, even if you're like 40-something years old, go right ahead. Leave the kids out of this, man. Like, why are we doing this? Disgusting person. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm just not a fan. I don't think I'm going to be subscribing to our YouTube channel anytime soon. But before we go, do I think every single person's dress is like this? No, I don't think everyone's like this. I think it's just a bad few apples in that community that makes everyone look horrible. But anyways, with that said, what do you guys think of this? Put it in the comments below. Subscribe and all of that.
Sorry about this, Ferrari. I don't know what took so long for my MacBook. And yeah, I actually seen your message, but my MacBook couldn't load up, so I had to use another tab. I'm glad I was able to see it. You want me to watch Hey Stolas? Hopefully Don will be here, and Darren. I think Darren said he had to eat. Oh, Zebby just uploaded something. Look at that. He just uploaded again. Oh, look at that. I'm going to do videos like he does. I'm sorry. I need to take a quick look very quick. Because his channel is really good. I'm jealous how well he's doing now. But he covers great topics. I got to wait for these ads to finish. I didn't know he just uploaded. Okay, so must to 15 seconds. How does he start off his video? Let's see.
What is going on with today's YouTube pranksters? It seems they keep trying to top each other so much. They're getting arrested and overall just doing wild things for attention. Now, I'm sure many of you know what I mean by YouTube pranksters. The YouTubers that walk over to people minding their own business, then do something absolutely wild to them, and then say, no, it was just a joke, no big deal. Now, people get tired of these pranks pretty quickly, so what do these pranksters have to do? They keep having to up the stakes for your attention. Nobody worse than a man named Johnny Sumali, the king of these terrible YouTube pranksters that decided to take things to a level YouTube pranksters have never been taken before. And it led to some consequences. Now, right off the bat, Johnny Sumali thrives off racism. That's his main big thing. He goes over to a country, he's racist, tries to get attention, tries to get clicks and views. Very immature humor, but see, Johnny Sumali had a problem. He didn't understand that different countries and different groups of people are different. He goes over to Israel, menace to society, wilding out. They say, okay, bro, leave. He goes over to Japan, menace to society, wilding out. He's getting clicks and views. Japanese people are like, yo, bro, like, chill. Johnny's like, nah, people kind of liking this Asian race.
His name, by the way, is Zevi.
And he's just ruining people's day. So the Japanese government steps in. They tell him, look, dude, we're going to arrest you. He said, it's just a prank. They arrest him. He said, no, it was just a prank. They said, all right, that's what I thought. Leave Japan. So he leaves Japan. They let him go because, hey, you don't want to get into arresting someone else's citizen, especially for something relatively minor like disturbing the peace. If he did something like wild in the streets of Japan, then they could arrest him. Nobody complains, blah, 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 blah. But instead of taking his win there, Johnny decides to go to South Korea. He said, Japan, Asian. South Korea, Asian. And like when I was racist in Japan, we just try it in South Korea. South Korean said, And here's where it starts to get wicked. So it turns out there's a big community of IRL South Korean YouTubers. If you don't know what that is, that's when YouTubers walk around the streets and, you know, show their life. Now, Johnny Somali is also an IRL streamer. He streams all the crazy antics that he does. So Johnny's doing his little antics, being racist, being a menace, and all that. Korean YouTubers were like, yo, can somebody tell us where Johnny at? Johnny said, why y'all want to know? He said, Johnny, just drop the low. We just want to talk. Johnny said, no, I ain't scared of y'all, but I'm just going to not drop the low just to be safe. Oh, and something to note is racism was coming in hot from the other side, too. This isn't a battle of who's more racist. It's just something to note. Anyway, but then Johnny takes things a step further here. I don't know if I said where it starts to get wicked, but I'm going to say it again. Here's where it starts to get wicked. He goes over to a statue
and then tricks on it.
Of the women who suffered through Japan's terrible behavior while they occupied many Asian countries. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, don't let all that kawaii stuff fool you. Japan was a war people, always at war with each other. When they stopped being at war with each other, they said, let's just take the war to everybody else. Started winning a bunch of wars, started doing really terrible
I
things.
do like how he adds the pictures and everything. He doesn't do like Alsha Video, he just adds images. That's how his channel is doing so great. Plus, I do love his voice too. I'm surprised his channel is doing so well. I'm trying to like learn something from him. I want to do videos like this. It just sucks I don't have the confidence for it though. Oh, he does shorts. His shorts some of his shorts doesn't do that good. Some of them do. I'm just learning something like how other YouTubers do stuff like this. So he has almost half a grand. Interesting. But it looks like his view count. Some of his videos only get like half the amount. Still, though, I always want to do topics like this. Hopefully, my YouTube channel gets back. Okay, so the timer isn't frozen. Hopefully, we didn't got an email yet. It's gonna take some time. I think it's been 3 hours. So I'll have to boot at that YouTube would reinstate my channel again. Then I could just continue where I left off. So I'm so sorry for you two. You had to go to bed an hour, Dumbo. I understand. I was hoping that you stay a little longer. I understand you're tired. It sucks you to do job training because I know that the job's been making you feel exhausted. You know, I'm so sorry, and Stolas. I don't know why I say pinky-pleasy because everyone says pinky promise. It's like, please get my channel back and I'll promise to do a much better job. That's where I got that from. And sorry, you want me to look up what the hell? I don't care much for Skater Gene, honestly. He does, I know clickbait stuff. I know he's making a difference, but I don't like him that much. Mall64, L is dead. So I'm still depressed, right? But I'm still not, since I got that notification, that may be the sign that I need. L is dead. Let me find that. Yep, there it is. I think I found it. What the hell? By Fluke 611? Interesting name there. And this is his recent? Interesting. Oh, I know. It's a habit. You know, I want to keep it that way. I guess you could say it's an Arizona habit. Because we're like Canadians. Canadians are not for apologizing a lot, right? It's like that, so to speak. If you do get your Doggy Channel back, I would recommend waiting for 2 to 4 days before doing any. Oh, Dumbo, please explain. I would love to hear it. I mean, it's not like I'm going to post anything. I just want it back. So that's not going to be a problem. But why, though? I'm curious. Why did someone say Brazil is finally free? What the hell does that mean? Oh, wow. This person has 12,000. They got a lot of views on it. Oh, they did videos before. Interesting. Interesting. They only get views from their Mall 64 videos. Interesting, interesting. Oh, oh, they did another video. Oh, that looks dark. Oh my god, it looks sick. That donut looks gross. I like that for some odd reason. And I'm glossary. Yeah, global habit. True, true. I guess you're right. Right, that makes sense. The YouTube bots might think it would be spam. Like the bots might see it. Like as soon as it gets reinstated, I'm gonna have to screenshot this. Definitely remind me again before you go to bed, because I can't forget. I'm definitely gonna. And Darren, thank you for saying that. For the pinky, please. It's like okay. So as soon as it gets reinstated, there's activity immediately. Something that bots spam channels do. Okay, so the bots might fuck up. That makes sense. Because the thing is, I wonder maybe because of that user Darren, which I think a lot for them both. Since I don't think YouTube got back to me. I don't know. That's how I got that message, right? It's been 3 hours now. Well, it will be in 10 minutes, right? Because I didn't do anything. It's weird that I would get that notification that, oh, we have to appeal as soon as possible, right? I didn't send that earlier. So I wonder maybe that means it worked. I don't know. See, that's what I'm worried about. However, though, at the same time, maybe it did. Because when I send them a polite message, I DM them, right? Directly message. And sending them a tweet to share the channel URL. I wonder that maybe they did see it, but I don't know. Because like I shared in the screen earlier, right? On the previous live stream, I wonder why I got that message. It's like the copy and paste, right? It's the same automatic message, but I got it late. So I wonder maybe that's a sign that a human looked over it. I don't know. But Damo, that's interesting. I don't know bots would act that way. I sent that email, what, around the afternoon? So it should have been like 6 hours. So see, they should have replied by now. Okay, I didn't get any, that's weird. I didn't get any notifications yet. So I don't know what's going on. You explained it really well, Taba. I didn't know that. Yay, chicken, that's good. So Darren, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure if you're the one that sent. Are you the one that sent that? I wonder if that's why. Because I gave you the email, right? So you must have used that method I did, didn't you? Is that why? I wasn't sure exactly how you did it because Wait, so Darren, wait, did you copy and paste everything I typed in, or because since it's not like my password or anything, maybe that's why, right? Is that what you did? Because it says 5:46. I'm not sure if you sent it around that time, or maybe it came in late. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. Even if it gets rejected, or you don't get a response tonight, I still would recommend trying to re-email or trying to tweet again. But don't do it many times. Under my name. Okay, gotcha. So you did that. Interesting. I knew that. Huh. Hopefully it works. I didn't know you could do that for my account. Interesting. The YouTube boss will see it as spam. That makes sense. I know Darren did that. I thought like I did that and this is automatic. Yeah, that's what I did. It was my mistake because that was the old method that would always work because a YouTuber I watched did that. So it worked in the past, but I guess it doesn't work anymore. I think that's only what oh man, I don't remember how it worked. It was several years ago, so maybe that's why. Try to word it differently. I'll keep that in mind. So it's been oh, okay, Darren. Well, that's really thoughtful of you. I was wondering like why did this popped up for? I didn't know it could work from your laptop. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I didn't know it works that way. That's really interesting. Oh, that's really, really interesting. Huh. So if I read this, right? Whoa. When I lost my channel on the 11th? I forgot how this worked. How long did I have to wait for? I hope it works though. I don't know. Because it says that there's already a pending appeal, right? So I'm surprised that when Darren went to send an appeal for me, I got another one. Interesting. But that one popped up first. You know what? I'm gonna click on it. I mean, I don't want to though, but I might as well in a way. Wait, y'all seen it? In the, you did see my email in the last live stream, right? When I shared the screenshot. I mean, the screen. It's the 11th. It's the 11th. The 11th? Uh-oh, I got confused. I'm so sorry, Darren. Hmm. Wait, because I know that's when my channel got, no, wait, my channel got, yeah, my channel got removed yesterday. Hmm. Because the thing is, I wonder how it would work if it says that there's already a pending appeal, but they say that they denied it. I'm so confused. Dumbo, go ahead. You deserve it. You did a ton for me. And it helped a lot. Interesting. Well, hopefully you could get it back. It just sucks how I gotta do all this. If I can get it back, that'd be at least some stress out of my system, and then I could continue doing what I'm doing. The other channels are lost, it's alright. But that one knows it's way too important, like this channel. 2 would be more than enough for now. Excuse me. Skip it. I don't know why. Any subscribers here? I guess a lot. Alright. I'm gonna worry about it. Says you got some more. Still a lot, but not like a crazy one. So I'm just taking a lot right now. Anyway. I think my live stream is in delay again. It sucks I can't do anything about it. I need to start switching tabs. That might be the issue. How long did I live stream for? 6. All right. Okay.
Game over.
I wonder what this means. I wonder why it keeps saying, "Why my child?" And there's a picture of Luigi covered in blood. I wonder what the heck that means. I don't get it. It wasn't the laugh. So that must be Luigi's laugh, right? What? There are consequences. What does that mean? It's weird how the butterflies are not there, but the birds are. It's weird. Text editor, what does that mean? What? Something starves. What does that mean? Why does it sound like Miles walking on water, but he's in that icy mountain? Weird, there's like no enemies, no Mr. Blizzard. Oh, never mind. There's one. I mean, two of them. Oh, there are some enemies around. It's interesting he came and lead that level. It's an ad. It would get sinister. Thank you, Solus. Yeah, I tell them that all the time so that, you know, it means a lot that they like to stay here. I just want anyone to feel that they have to stay here because of me. That's why. It really just stands there. And thank you, Dad, for sharing the GoFundMe. You know, it sucks that we didn't make any progress yet. If I can get my channel back, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to comment a lot of YouTube shorts, and maybe that might get my channel noticed. That I can do without facing any consequences. It's just hard to get noticed and comments. Excuse me. The bombs explode so quickly. Oh yeah, after this source I can do that. Daisies by Black Griffin. I do wonder what this means. I don't get it. There's a Tiny Koopa show? I don't get it. It's a dead Koopa? Interesting. Whatever that means. It is an interesting mod. It just sucks that my MacBook is still messing up on time wise. What time is it right now? It's 9:16. Interesting. Huh. Still a little confusing though. It's really interesting. Damn, these ads. Oh, that's cute though. So that's how he drowned. If I remembered. So it's supposed to be based off Dire Docs. Interesting. So he's trying to save Luigi if he drowned. I think. I don't know where he's streaming now. I'm a little confused. That's interesting. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. It is interesting though. I guess not just a brain can understand. Sorry, I was a little confused because I still didn't know what's going on. But it's really, really good. I guess it's supposed to be Luigi that drowned, right? I'm glad that at least the MacBook is running. It probably did take you a while to understand it better. Oh, so this is what it is for Husband Hotel. So this Oscar's song, huh? Let's see.
It's not the end of our story. Together, we take our freedom!
Number 1 or 2. Wait, that's what Alistair looks like? So that's what he looks like, huh? How long get copyright for this? So he must be the voice actor of Alistair. Interesting. Did not just shots 5 million subscribers. I do love the animation now. So Alistair's a murderer, huh? That's interesting. I'm surprised this got 8 million in a month. Wow. So that explains that sneak peek. Hopefully I could get my channel back. I could do a video about it. Yeah, it is confusing, isn't it? Sorry. You know what? I'm gonna click on it. Wait. No, at the end you don't have to click on it. Wow, that got 9 million, huh? Are my videos terrible? I'm thinking about quitting YouTube and kill myself. I don't know why. Oh, I don't want to be here. I want to die. Oh.
allow yourself to smile. Get that this video, you either have to find it on YouTube somewhere or be one of the 1% of people who come from my other social media. Every minute, more than 500 hours of video are being uploaded to YouTube, and you made it here. And while you may just think it's a coincidence, I feel as if you're here for a reason. I'm here for you. I'm proud of you for making it this far. I'm sorry if you don't get that enough. I'm proud of you. If you're watching this, you're probably under 20 years old, and considering that the average lifespan of a human is around 80 years, which, by the way, you will definitely live longer. You're only less than 25% through your life. You also have only met an insignificant portion of people that you share this planet with. It's crazy that you can go a whole life only meeting less than 1% of the population. In that same way, there's so much more to this planet than you've experienced yet. And in that unknown are beautiful, amazing people. So don't give up on it yet. There are good people. There are good places.
Where though? Where? I'm alone. Where is everyone? I wanna fucking stab myself. I want blood in my fucking arm. I want to cut an artery.
And experience more of life in seasons. Be grateful of what you can and be cautious of those you surround yourself with. Continue to persist. Life is so weird and annoying and irritating because no one has an answer to why we are here. We don't all have a purpose inherently put upon us, so we create that purpose. Find that purpose and wake up each morning motivated to do something. Whether it's creating art or working out or just making people smile. Purpose is what keeps us going at the end of the day.
What's my purpose? What's my purpose? I don't have purpose. He's really cute too. I'm so fucking ugly. Oh man, I'm glad I got raped. Oh, I can't do anything right. Fuck, I need to cut myself on camera. How am I just feels like helping me? Am I fucking ugly? Is that why people don't like my YouTube? Is that why I made so many awful mistakes? I'm fucking hideous. Ow. I might not make it tonight. Goodbye, everyone. I'm gonna kill myself. Good night.
university I was transferring to is better than my first university. And he said that the guy said to him, "Oh, I'm like really surprised. Like he looks retarded." And like for context, this guy definitely liked to talk a lot of shit to people. But there was a part of me that really felt that like me being overweight, like having a balding comb over haircut, really did make me come off that way. Like I think this guy saying, "Oh, he looks retarded. I'm surprised he looks retarded." You know, this guy was probably like half thinking that, like he probably legitimately thought that, because that's kind of how bad I looked at the time. Bottom line is, when people see you for the first time and you're conventionally unattractive, negative perceptions are created of you, and the fatal effect just kind of kicks in. So, but once I lost the weight and took care of my like massively receding hairline, I don't get those negative perceptions based on me. And frankly, the opposite happens. The next con is that it's harder to make for anything attractive. So during those few years that I was overweight and visibly balding, I only had a few friends at my old university. And ironically enough, I had met those friends during my freshman year when I wasn't super overweight. I wasn't in good shape to any extent, but when you're unattractive, especially in high school and college, most people just don't want to be associated with you. This isn't the case for everyone, but at this age, when people are in high school or college, most people want to be seen as cool. They want to be seen as like an in crowd. And when you're overweight and balding, like I was, you stand out like a sore thumb, and people just don't want to be seen talking to you or hanging out with you. I think this is especially true for women, young women like in high school and college. I noticed that guys didn't care as much, but women just don't want to be seen by their friends, even talking to a guy that's like deemed unattractive. And it can lower their value in the eyes of other women if they see you talking to them at like a bar or pretty. People tend to be very shallow at this age, and like I said, when you're unattractive, um, women they don't want to be seen by their friends as talking to a guy that's unattractive. I think people just instinctively place negative perceptions on you, and in turn, they don't want to take the time of getting to know you. At least this was my experience. The next con would be bullying. When you're unattractive, you have to deal with more bullying, especially growing up in middle school or high school, especially if you're very short, you have acne, you're overweight, you're balding, or you just have an unattractive face. There was this kid in my school. He was about like 5 foot, 5'1". He had kind of like a squeaky voice. And I just remember people would always mess with this kid. And I was never really in the same class as him, but I remember the one time there was like this trash can in this stairwell. And I remember these two kids just like picked him up and they like threw him in the trash can, and the trash can like fell over. Because I guess when the kid landed in the trash can, he landed on like the side of it, and then it like the trash can just like toppled over. But it was just crazy. But like honestly, like when you're unattractive, I think especially if you're short or overweight, you just tend to be like the butt of the joke, even in your friend group, or just in general. You're just going to be dealing with a lot more bullying, a lot more teasing. People are just more likely to mess with you as you're just an easier target. I think bullying typically happens a lot less in college, but you'll still deal with it to an extent when you're unattractive at any point in your life. The next con is that you have to work much harder when you're an unattractive man than you would if you're conventionally attractive. This applies to everything from dating, relationships, and your career. When you're an unattractive man, dating feels impossible, and getting into a relationship feels like moving mountains. When I was conventionally unattractive, dating just felt like impossible, And I had virtually zero success during those years. But I noticed when you improve your appearance, dating and getting into a relationship is just much easier. Like sometimes 100 times easier than it was before. And as an unattractive man, you also need to work 10 times harder in your career to kind of prove yourself to the company that you work for. When you go above and beyond for the company, you typically won't be recognized as much for your work as a conventionally attractive person was. And I think this is just subconscious. It's not like your boss or your coworkers are consciously thinking, "Oh, like this attractive guy is doing such a better job than this unattractive guy." It's just people are just more likely to reward or show positive reinforcement to someone who's more attractive. And I think if you work in a STEM related field, your looks come into a play less. But I can say in fields like marketing, finance, real estate, business, like really any other role in the corporate world outside of STEM, being more conventionally attractive just opens up doors. Like when you're attractive, people in the office generally, more people in the office generally want to be your friend more often. You'll typically be invited to more happy hours, and more people would just want to meet up on the weekends. And that'll help you network more, and like that can help you when roles are coming up, and you have more people that will vouch for you, as opposed to when you're unattractive, you just are more likely not to get invited to happy hours, and people may not want to be your friend and get to know you as much. I honestly, I think like going to happy hours, and I think a lot of times it's just a huge waste of time and money. In turn, because you're not people, people aren't inviting you to happy hours. They're not wanting to engage with you as much as at work. You don't network with as many people, and you have less people to kind of vouch for you, when you're going for that next role. You can even see this playing out in group projects at work. Like when you're attractive, people tend to like your ideas more.
Say Santa. What do you think? Too fancy. Fancy? Not fancy enough. Fancy. Too sporty. Mrs. Claus might not approve. That's it. I just want to
Santa? Uh-huh.
fancy Santa.
That is jacket.
Mm-hmm. Fancy a mulatto.
To this, if you say something really stupid, but when you're unattractive, people tend to be more, in my experience, more dismissive of your ideas. You can have a really good idea and even like articulate it well, but when you're unattractive, I think people in general are just much more skeptical of you. They don't have that same like spark feeling as like if an attractive person were saying it. But this isn't a hard and fast rule, just something I've seen in many instances. I've also seen in the corporate world sometimes like maybe like a more attractive person will throw like a Halloween party, or they'll throw some sort of gathering outside of work, and because they're more popular, people tend to agree with their ideas more. more people tend to want to work with them, more people kind of talk them up to maybe superiors, whereas like an unattractive person, because they don't have that same like status quote unquote, people just may not want to work with them as much on projects, may not give them praise on those projects, and just in general aren't going to be very supportive of their ideas. I think this isn't talked about as much in the corporate world, but I've seen it in real time play out. The last con that I've experienced is that people generally don't care as much of what you have to say when you're unattractive. When I was unattractive, I noticed that when I had something to say or said something that was insightful or added to the conversation in a meaningful way, I noticed that just people didn't really care as much. There was like much less enthusiasm in their voice, and the conversation wouldn't naturally carry forward. Like they wouldn't ask follow-up questions. This wasn't just women, but like guys too. I think people are naturally, like instinctively, like disgusted by people they find unattractive, and genuinely just don't enjoy interacting with them. And you can have the most interesting stories in the world, or you could say the funniest, wittiest like line, but if you're unattractive, it's like people don't seem to care. It's like your joke doesn't stick as well, or people are just much more skeptical of your idea or what you're saying. And obviously, this isn't always the case, but I found that when I improved my appearance, when I was telling an interesting story, or I was saying something insightful, it could be finance related or politics or whatever. People tend to just listen a lot more closely and tend to ask more follow-up questions, and they have more of a genuine curiosity. Whereas before, they would just have like a dim look in their eyes and would even sometimes be like looking around or even cutting me off while I was telling the story. I even noticed this at like family gatherings in the past when I was conventionally unattractive. They would like, let's just say your aunt would ask how you're doing, but it would be very unenthusiastic. It would be like, how are you doing? And when you reply back, you're like, oh, I'm doing it. And then they're already checked out of that. You look over like while you're saying I'm doing good. And you can tell they're already checked out of that conversation. They were just asking out of formality. But voila, after improving your appearance, your same aunt will be like, hey, how are you doing? Like there's a difference. Like there's a difference in the pitch, the delivery of how your aunt is asking that question. That was so crazy. Like I've always found this fascinating, but even your own family, your own flesh and blood cares more about how you're doing when you're unattractive. That's how primal it gets. It's like people want to make sure you're doing well when they like what they see in front of them. And if anyone has also gone through like glow up or improve their appearance, you'll definitely be able to attest to this difference. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. Feel free to hit the notification bell. Feel free to comment down below your experiences of any cons of being an unattractive man. Then to talk about how to deal with feelings of jealousy as a man. Jealousy is a very brutal emotion that I don't think is talked about a lot. Jealousy has caused people to do very fucked up things in the past, and it's the emotion that will cause people to do a lot lot of fucked up things in the future. I also think in the black pill space, jealousy is a pretty common emotion people have. And I think it's an emotion that's preyed upon in the space as well as the manosphere as a whole. Whether it's like people selling you a looks maxing course to be more attractive to women, a course on how to make more money, a course on how to build status. It's like jealousy is the emotion that is kind of lurking behind the scenes that these people won't tell you about. I also see a lot of videos, especially in this space, that they're actually kind of funny, but they show a lot of pictures of like male models and like good looking famous guys that kind of evoke feelings of jealousy, and it's really just to drive traffic to sell a face rating. And I'm not saying that any of these are inherently unethical, but it's just something to think about and be mindful of when you're watching videos on YouTube. There have been two things in my life at different time periods that caused me to be jealous of other men, and I've kind of realized that now as I've gotten older. And the first was when I was losing my hair. Growing up, I always had a pretty good head of hair. It was something that I was like, I kind of always rocked like the Justin Bieber type hairstyle, and it was a big part of my identity growing up. When I started losing my hair, it was a feeling of like not having control and losing a big part of what made me attractive at the time. And as my hairline continued to get decimated by the dreaded Nora Reaper, I felt more and more like agony and like sadness, so to say. And I started noticing other guys' hair much, much more than I did in the past. Like when I had a fuller head of hair, like I wouldn't really notice guys' hair that much. But as I started to lose my hair, I would see a guy with a thick head of hair and start to really feel the emotion of jealousy, like subtly, like subconsciously. And I think that when you're lacking in something, for me it was lacking in hair as my hairline was receding. You start to become jealous of other men that have that said trait. I think this is subconscious too. It's pretty below the surface. It's not like you wake up in the morning and say, oh, like I'm losing my hair. I'm going to be jealous of guys who have the full head of hair. Just kind of happens like in the moment. I decided at that time I wanted to get a hair transplant. And for me, I kind of let the feelings of jealousy, I guess, fuel me to get my hair back. And I tried to go the accepting route about a year prior to that when I decided to shave my head for the first time. But that just personally didn't work for me as I still really wanted hair and my original identity back. And once my hair started growing back in, and like especially my hairline, I no longer felt jealous of other guys who had a thick head of hair because I wasn't really lacking in hair anymore. After I got my second hair transplant a few years after that, it was like I hardly noticed a guy's hair anymore because hair wasn't something that was consuming my thoughts all the time. The next major time where I felt jealousy towards other men was once I graduated from college. I was working like a dead end security job, mostly like overnights, where I got paid roughly 12, 13 bucks an hour. course of that time, and they lived in separate apartments, like one-bedroom apartments. And I couldn't live with them. I was renting a room from like a family friend, one of my parents knew. And I was basically like living paycheck to paycheck for almost a year, about 11 months until I got my first corporate job. I didn't have any money to travel. I didn't have money to eat out. Like I was eating like Stoker's lasagna almost every meal. I wasn't taking girls on dates. Like I just wasn't eating good, wasn't living good, and monetarily, it was just a very rough time in my life. Especially, I think working a lot overnight shifts back then, making very little money, having my like sleep schedule messed up. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was really interesting. But I would start to get jealous when I saw a guy in a suit or a guy that was driving like a nice car, like a Porsche or a BMW, Mercedes Benz, like any type of car that had that was like fairly nice. I would just like get internally jealous like right away. And I can look back now and realize that the reason I was jealous is because I was lacking in money. I didn't think that I could ever make a lot of money. Like growing up, my parents didn't make a lot of money. My dad was like very blue collar. My mom didn't really make much money. And I wish that I had the money or car that these guys had at the time, as I had no money and a good amount of student loan debt, and I just felt like trapped living in this tiny rented room, doing overnight security shifts. And I just like wanted what they had. And once I was able to get my first corporate job and started to make a decent amount of money after a few years, that jealousy towards like a guy in a suit or a nice car, it went away because I was able to get my own place. I was able to go on vacation a few times a year. I was able to understand how to save money, how to manage money, how to budget. I was able to go on dates and just like live more comfortably. And I also kind of came to the realization that like these guys in suits, you don't know what their story is. Doesn't mean that they're rich. And like guys that are driving nice cars, they may have worked hard for it, or maybe they weren't doing that well in life, and that car could be rented. I kind of developed a more reasonable thinking around money, so that way like I wasn't jealous going forward. I definitely think that jealousy stems from a lack of having something that you want that you feel like that you can't get. I think there are three main ways to deal with feelings of jealousy. The first is to let that jealousy try to motivate you to improve in that area of life. So maybe you're a guy who feels jealous of like a tall, good-looking guy. You can kind of use that as motivation to try. Improve your appearance as much as possible. Maybe you can't be as attractive as that guy, but you can level the playing field by doing things like lowering your body fat percentage to where your facial features look the most attractive. You can build some muscle, you can dress better, you can get a haircut that fits your face shape, you can improve your skin, you can groom better. These things will make you become a much more attractive version of yourself, and those feelings of jealousy will tend to subside to an extent because you'll be able to attract more women after you've done some lip maxing. The other way to deal with jealousy is acceptance. And like take the example of like a tall, good-looking guy. This is much easier said than done, but part of it is accepting that you might not be that guy, and recognize that you don't have the same genetics as him, and try and be okay with that. Like it's hard to accept like, hey, I'm not going to be that guy, but try and be okay with the fact that like, hey, this person has better genetics than me. This person had a better upbringing than me. Like they have advantages that I don't have, and it's kind of like being okay with not necessarily the hand that you're dealt, but it's being okay with like, hey, I just might not be that guy. I know it's easier said than done, like coming from me, but sometimes you need to accept like what you aren't. Like for me, I'm never going to be the best looking guy on the planet. I'm definitely not the smartest, not the most entertaining, not the richest, and I'm okay with that now because I've improved myself to a level where I feel more at peace. Whereas when I was balding, when I was pretty overweight, or when I was like extremely broke, working a security job, like I wouldn't be able to have that acceptance. But I think as you improve yourself in life, you kind of come to accept certain things that you can't change. The other way to deal with jealousy is to recognize it and just not spend too much time focusing in on it. This is much easier said than done as well, but take an example of a guy driving a Ferrari with a hot chick, and you see this in a place like Miami a lot. You glance over, you see the Ferrari, you see the hot girl, and I think maybe your first initial thought would be, jealousy. But you could also, say to yourself, "Oh shit, that's a sick car, that's a hot chick," and just move on from there. Don't really dwell on it so much. Don't be like thinking about the Ferrari and the hot chick for the rest of the day. I think sometimes we as humans tend to dwell on things that don't matter in the long run, or things that don't impact our life at all. Like the hot chick in a Ferrari, that Ferrari is going to be gone in 5 seconds, and you're not going to see it again, at least for a while. And so to fixate on, someone that you're jealous of, or a guy who's very wealthy, or a guy who's famous, or
I gotta speak up very quick. Darren, you did amazing for sending the appeal to me. That there is some bad news. I want to get rare. I'm gonna get my channel back. It says that the email address you asked. I'm so sorry. I want to get back to the topic, but I had to check now. Isn't active or isn't associated with a Google account. I don't know what this means. I wanted to share this with you. I don't know what to do. I guess the only option is we get more people to reach out to me on on Twitter. It's sexist like this. Let me just share this with you very quick. And I guess it's already how to go to bed. Oh, she wants to take a nap. I'm so sorry. I want to talk about this topic too, but this is burning me a bit as well. So I gave my hopes up, sadly. This is what it looks like. And Darren, you're really intelligent. You're in college, you don't have to try. I can't do that. And I'm a decade older than you. I still feel like I'm a middle schooler. This is what happened. Honestly, I do not know what to do now. Hope that you can see the screen. That's odd. Right. Oh, I'm really slow, so I can relate. Darren, I can really relate. Twitter, right? You can just share my URL and the email address. I'm not sure that's gonna work. Only if you use it, that is. And I don't know why I got 6 viewers and then went down to 3. That's weird. Anyway, it does sting a bit. See, the reason why I get jealous is because seeing these other channels that would get all the help that they need, it's like, because I feel awful that you two had to do all the work. It makes me feel meaningless sometimes because I do my best to get by, but it's like how he says that when you're unattractive, people would treat you as a monster, kind of. And maybe that's why I'm not doing so well, because people thinking that I'm crying for attention or I deserve to suffer. It stings a bit. I think that's why I'm in this mess. You can see it. That's good. But yeah, that's one thing that bothered me. You know, I just don't understand why YouTube would do this. Like, I did, I did not do anything. We're like, I only got one community guideline strike. I mean, they could at least. Oh, I mean, I could try saying it again, but that's not gonna do anything. I have a bad. I feel like I want to though. I just don't know why YouTube has to do this and mistreat me. Like when you got channels that would harass people on camera, they don't mind. I guess it's because they make an income and they're attractive. It's ridiculous. It's amazing how people think that if you're unattractive, you're seen as a criminal. That's why in media and movies and cartoons, all good people are known for being evil. Like we're not like that. It hurts. I didn't meant to keep you two up so late. And yeah, I did have a terrible meltdown. I did. That's why instead of just shouting, I had to self harm. You know, I didn't because it's a plastic knife, but like the dots. I'm gonna send another one. I don't think it's gonna do anything. This is unfair. Like they could at least give me another opportunity. Of that, there's no race to pass your DMV. Heck, I don't even know if I'm gonna take mine. Oh, you took a driving test, right? I can't imagine seeing myself driving. There's something wrong with that. And Double, thank you for that. And Double, you didn't fail us. You did it. The YouTube did. And I feel like I failed myself too. And you're even if I don't know what you look like, Dumbo, I could care less for looks. Just to hang out with someone. Your kindness is way more important than people that are attractive to YouTube. They make me uncomfortable. I don't know why. Not that they're awful people, but maybe because I was treated by them. Darren, I understand. Especially you gotta go to bed. I just want my channel back in my apartment too. This sucks. I might need to make a video like why being ugly is like a death sentence. And hopefully we get new viewers along the way. I'm just gonna be really honest with how I feel. Now, he is smart. And Darren, no, we're not. I mean, not for me, because I can't drive, but you can. That's intelligence. Huh. Great aspirations while Dumbo has unique ideas. That's interesting. Actually, I don't know what aspirations mean. Really? Ambition, achieving something. Oh, that's really flattering of you to say that, Darren. That means a lot. No, Dumbo, not for me. Especially since I can really tell how you feel. Not at all. I don't see myself as that type of person. Not at all. Dumbo, if you want, I can start a new live stream since everyone has to go to sleep. I'm gonna leave this tab open. Well, I mean, I'm gonna open this tab and then keep the conversations because I know I got a ton of them, but I like to lead over them. I'm gonna make a video of what being ugly feels like. And hopefully we get some new viewers. I know it's late, but I gotta do something. Because I feel awful that this live stream was quiet for so long. Yeah, and I understand. Damn, they rejected it. Oh, YouTube, why would you give me another opportunity? Oh, I'm just so upset. I am. It just sucks I can't get my channel back. I didn't do nothing wrong. Why won't they give me a chance? Why? These large channels, oh, they got it so easy. When they lose their channel, people rush to their aid. That's how they were able to get theirs back. All right, I'm going to send a new one. I'm just so upset. And Daba, I don't think it'll work. They'll just deny it, sadly. Let me talk over to the next one.